with a well-tamped, properly drained track bed. Dirt and debris can cause ill-fitting rubber, impede clip application, and will affect the sealing qualities of the crossing material. A thorough sweeping of the crossing of all foreign material will help keep the area behind the rubber free of obstructions during the installation. The Epflex Railseal is designed to fit tightly against the rail, and rail spikes that have come loose can hinder the installation. Reseat all hold-down spikes to ensure they do not interfere. Try to avoid the use of any spiking configuration that will interfere with the rubber seating on the tie plate. The Epflex Railseal is designed to fit tightly against the rail and hold itself in place. Lay the rubber against the rail and push the bottom in first. Using a spike maul, drive down and in to seat the rubber. If required, use a lining bar to hold the rubber and direct it into place while completing this operation. Check that field and gauge profiles are tight to the web of the rail and that the gauge profile sits on the tie plate, or the designated resting point. This orientation will ensure the rubber is at grade when installation is complete. To enhance the sealing properties of the crossing material, each length of Epflex Railseal is supplied with an end retaining clip. Simply remove the pre-installed clip, reposition and install each end in the pre-drilled holes. The clips and holes are oriented to pull the pieces together as the clip is installed. Some resistance is quite normal. If the holes do not align, reposition the lengths tightly together. To lock the rail seal in place, install the Eplock 2 rail clips between every tie. Insert the L-shaped portion of the clip from the field side. It may be required to knock out some ballast to ensure proper clip orientation. Slide the small piece on the end and ensure the curved portion of the clips are sitting in the preset areas of the rubber. Drop the locking tool into the slot with the cam lobe facing the clip. If required, you can use a pry bar or a small hammer to fit the install tool in the proper position. With the locking tool in place, push forward until you feel the clip lock into position. Tighten all clips to the same tension. 3 clicks is optimal. It is not usually required to bottom out all available retention teeth, as this is reserved for the natural material tolerances. After the clip is locked, make sure the curved areas are still in the preset areas of the rubber, as they may move during installation. If you need to remove the clip, simply reverse the tool and place it on the clip. Lift up to position the claws on the bottom of the clip, push the tool forward, and the clip will remove easily. Using a ballast tool, pack the stones or ballast under the rubber between the ties. Do this on both the field and gauge sides, and completely fill all voids. Manually filling these spaces removes any open areas for the roadway supporting materials to migrate into when the crossing is in use. This simple step will ensure all surface support material remains in its original intended position, optimizing the crossing life. Once the asphalt is added, there can be no changes, so take a few minutes to double-check the 3 critical areas before the asphalt begins. Ensure the rubber is tight to the rail. Checking it from the side and top will reveal if any areas are off. Check to see all clips are installed and are seated in the proper place. Ensure the end clips are installed at each joint. Check between every tie to make sure the ballast is fully packed underneath and there are no open spaces. Asphalting should be coordinated for the same day as rail seal is installed. Do not let any vehicles contact the installed rail seal until the asphalt is up to grade and has had a chance to set. Polycorp recommends that quality hot mix asphalt be laid in 2 or 3 separate lifts, depending on the height of the rail. To allow complete asphalt compaction, a lift should be no more than 4 times the largest aggregate size of the chosen hot mix. The suggested form is to have a larger aggregate base course with a sealing surface topcoat. A light bond breaker layer of ballast over the top of the ties will allow for maximum compaction, eliminate ballast contamination, and reduce the ability of the asphalt to stick to the preservative-coated ties. Care should be taken to avoid contacting and disturbing the rubber when distributing asphalt to the gauge area. Keep loose asphalt away from all areas where the rubber meets the rail. Compact or roll in the direction of the rails only. This forces the asphalt toward the rubber, enhancing the sealing properties. Rolling on the rubber essentially pushes the rubber toward the asphalt. When the roller passes, the rubber will snap back into position, and the hot asphalt may not, leaving a gap between the two. Keep the roller off the Eplock clips approximately 2 inches away until they are completely covered. On subsequent lifts, make the first pass 2 inches away, then run the Railseal asphalt line on the return pass. This will push the asphalt toward the Railseal to ensure a good seal and full compaction of the asphalt blanket. Ensure the compacted asphalt is at or slightly above grade level. To allow for further compaction of surface asphalt under vehicular traffic, the top of the asphalt paving should be 3/16 to 3/8 of an inch above the top of the rubber flangeways for the width of the roadway. It is important that field and gauge troughs be clear to drain water. The entrance and exit of the crossing must be graded accordingly. Clean all loose asphalt from the site to prevent stones being pushed between the rubber and the rail before the asphalt has firmed up. Do not open the crossing before the asphalt has fully hardened and set. Where the highway or street has separate sidewalks, drainage can be improved by paving the entire width of the crossing to the outside edge of the sidewalk where practical. This eliminates surface water pooling and guides the runoff into the track ditching. When necessary, provide extra drainage between tracks. Failing to follow these procedures in the guide can drastically reduce the life of a railway crossing. Doing it right only takes a little extra time, but ensures you will get the maximum life for the rail crossing and allows the Polycorp Epflex Railseal system to function at its very best.